The world is ending in a swirl of purple dust as the hero Lee Seo-jun falls for the final time. Kim Sun-woo watches from the shadows, realizing that placing all his hope in a single hero was his greatest mistake. Suddenly, time fractures and pulls him back 7 years into the past, onto the grounds of the Magic Academy on admission day. He stands in line for the materialization test, watching Lee Seo-jun effortlessly shatter every training dummy with a single swing. Other students marvel at the golden boy's perfection, whispering that he is a legend in the making. Sun-woo steps up next, feeling the weight of the crowd's expectations as a student of Class A. He begins to gather mana, using a complex technique known as compressed materialization that only veterans should know. Even the professors lean in, shocked to see such a high-level skill from a mere applicant. As the tension reaches its peak, Sun-woo intentionally disrupts his own mana flow just before the strike connects. A heavy silence falls over the crowd before erupting into waves of laughter and derision. A translucent system window flickers into existence before Sun-woo's eyes, displaying a surge of notoriety points. He realizes that for him, embarrassment is not a failure, but the ultimate fuel for growth. The popular girls at the academy scoff as he passes, branding him the academy clown and a total loser. Sun-woo ignores them, calculating exactly how many points he can farm by leaning into this new persona. He meets with Lee Seo-jun and their friend Shin for lunch, acting as if the morning's disaster never happened. Looking at Seo-jun's bright smile, Sun-woo vows to become the shadow that ensures this hero never falls. A blonde upperclassman named Park Han-won approaches their table with a group of lackeys, looking to stir trouble. Park mocks Sun-woo's failed test, suggesting that he only got into the academy through bribery. Sun-woo takes the insults in stride, noting the steady climb of his notoriety meter with every word Park speaks. He realizes that the more people hate him, the faster he will surpass the limits of this world. That evening, he spends his earned points in the system shop, unlocking new traits and stabilizing his mana capacity. He notices a unique trait called Nature's Blessing and immediately purchases it to accelerate his mana regeneration. Despite his low starting stats, the veteran mage knows exactly how to optimize his growth for maximum efficiency. He knows that a B-rank demon attack is scheduled to happen at the Han River in just a few days. If he doesn't gain enough power by then, the butterfly effect could cause the timeline to collapse prematurely. He decides to create a fake identity to enter the Tower of Trials and farm the rewards reserved for pro hunters. The next morning, he returns to the training field for the first official practice session with the other students. The professor announces a second demonstration, and the air is thick with anticipation of Sun-woo's next failure. Sun-woo centers himself, visualizing the mana flow with a level of precision that shouldn't be possible for his age. He forms the blue sphere again, but this time, he adds a layer of elemental rotation to stabilize the core. With a flick of his wrist, the mana bolt screams through the air and obliterates the dummy in a massive explosion. The laughter stops instantly as the students stare at the smoldering remains of the target. Lee Seo-jun watches from the sideline, his golden eyes narrowing with newfound interest in his friend. Another system notification pops up, informing Sun-woo that he has successfully gained the hero's interest. However, the professor's eyes linger on him, wondering how such a drastic improvement could happen in a single day. Sun-woo simply bows and walks back to the crowd, maintaining his facade of a lucky fluke. He needs more than just points. He needs to find a way to intervene in the dungeon exploration test scheduled for the weekend. In his past life, a member of the group was killed during a trap malfunction, causing a permanent rift among the survivors. He will not allow that tragedy to repeat, even if he has to break the rules to stop it. As he reaches the academy gates, he feels a strange, cold presence watching him from the darkness of the administrative building. A high-level killing intent sensor triggers in his mind, warning him that he is being targeted by someone far stronger than a student. The high-level killing intent sensor blares like a siren inside Kim Sun-woo's mind. He realizes that to survive and grow, he cannot remain just a student restricted by academy rules. He spends 10,000 notoriety points in the system shop to purchase a flawless magical disguise. Standing before the mirror, he slicks his hair back and adjusts a pair of professional glasses. The forged mage license in his hand glows with an authentic magic formula that no guard could detect. He approaches the Tower of Trials, a massive stone monolith pulsing with ancient power. The guard at the entrance freezes as he verifies the high-level mana signature of the fake license. Sun-woo chooses the 10th floor, despite the voice of the tower warning him that it has already been cleared. Inside the dungeon, a giant wolf with red eyes lunges from the shadows of the stone ruins. With a single well-placed blue mana bolt, Sun-woo obliterates the beast before it can even touch the ground. He ignores the basic monsters, his eyes scanning for the hidden magic formulas etched into the walls. A golden achievement window pops up as he successfully unlocks the entrance to the secret floor. He enters the imaginary world, a beautiful realm filled with floating islands and golden statues. Hundreds of flower fairies emerge, their cute appearances masking their dangerous C-rank power. Instead of fighting, Sun Wu uses his outsider's benefit trait to interpret the world's core formula. The tower recognizes his genius, rewarding him with sacred herbs and a red dragon soul. He checks his watch and realizes the demon attack at the Han River is about to begin. At the Han River, a festive crowd enjoys the evening air, unaware of the predator in their midst. An old man in a top hat suddenly stops, his body twitching as a violet aura leaks from his eyes. With a sickening sound of tearing fabric, the demon Zhang Han explodes into a muscular beast. A nearby civilian is swiped aside like a ragdoll, blood splattering across the concrete. Sun Wu arrives, sliding across the pavement and positioning himself between the demon and a terrified girl. He knows a direct confrontation with a B-rank demon is suicide for his current level. He downs a special potion that tastes like liquid metal, forcing his mana recovery to spike. Heart of Nature activates, surrounding Sun Wu in a swirling cyclone of pure magical energy. He fires a barrage of mana spheres, each one hitting the demon's chest with the force of a cannonball. The demon regenerates instantly, its shredded flesh knitting back together with purple threads of mana. Sun Wu lunges forward, aiming specifically for the weak point at the base of the beast's skull. His mana runs out just as a Special Forces agent arrives to deliver the finishing blow. Agent Zhang Hyuk looks at the C-rank mage with confusion, sensing a power far beyond that level. In the distance, Sun Wu spots the real hero Lee Seo-jun, watching him with an eerily familiar gaze. Sun Wu manages to slip away before the reporters can swarm his location. The next morning, his fake identity Kim Jin-woo is trending as the little hero on every news station. The Notoriety system awards him 21,000 points for the massive public interest. He meets Han Seon, the vice chairman's sister, to trade his tower loot for influence and shares. He reveals her brother's secret connection to demons, securing her as a powerful future ally. In the demon realm, the Lord Qianhe hears of the Kim Jin-woo who defeated his subordinates. A new prophecy is declared: the child destined to destroy demons will awaken at 18. Sun Wu realizes the academy is no longer safe as the demons prepare for a full-scale infiltration. A high-level killing intent sensor triggers in his mind, warning him that he is being targeted by someone far stronger than a student. The sudden chill of killing intent freezes the air as Sun Wu scans the crowded academy courtyard. Above the tall glass spires of the library, a distortion in space begins to ripple like a stone thrown into a pond. He realizes instantly that the demon group John has initiated their infiltration ahead of the original timeline. A massive black barrier erupts from the ground, encasing the entire campus in a dome of suffocating dark energy. Instructors shout orders to the panicked students while attempting to stabilize the flickering mana circuits of the school. Sun Wu ducked into a nearby equipment shed to avoid the eyes of the faculty. He pulls out his signature rabbit mask, the key to his notorious identity and his hidden power. The Notoriety system chimes in his mind, offering a massive reward for shattering the barrier before the elites arrive. Through a small window, he sees Lee Seo-jun struggling against a group of low-tier shadow demons. The destined hero is still too weak, his potential locked behind a wall of self-doubt and fear. Sun Wu kicks open the shed door, now fully transformed into the mysterious clown figure. He starts laughing loudly, drawing the attention of both the demons and the terrified students. With a flick of his wrist, he sends a barrage of mana-infused playing cards toward the shadow demons. The demons explode into black mist as the cards find their marks with surgical precision. He lands gracefully in front of Lee Seo-jun, leaning on an invisible cane made of pure energy. He tells the hero that if he can't even handle these weaklings, the world is truly doomed. Lee Seo-jun grits his teeth, his pride stung by the insults of this masked lunatic. Suddenly, a high-ranking demon commander descends from the sky, wreathed in flames of hatred. The hero charges the commander, but is swatted away like an insect by a massive obsidian blade. Sun Wu knows this is the exact moment needed for the hero's prophecy awakening to trigger. He begins to mock the hero's failure even louder, draining the last bits of his notorious reputation for a power boost. Lee Seo-jun's eyes turn pure white as a pillar of golden light erupts from his body, piercing the dark barrier. Sun Wu watches as the hero finally unlocks the first gate of the Light of Providence, While the hero occupies the commander, Sun Woo sprints toward the barrier's core located in the Academy's clock tower. He encounters a group of elite John assassins blocking the staircase to the tower. Without slowing down, Sun Woo uses his notorious points to activate Chaos Step, appearing behind them in a blur. The assassins fall before they can even turn around, their throats sliced by invisible mana threads. He reaches the top floor where a pulsating dark crystal is fueling the demonic barrier. He places both hands on the crystal, intending to overload it with the unstable, notorious mana he collected. The backlash of the demonic energy burns his skin, but he refuses to let go. He thinks of the previous timeline's destruction and pushes every ounce of his soul into the strike. The crystal shatters into a million fragments, and the dark barrier above the Academy dissolves instantly. Sunlight floods back into the campus, signaling the arrival of the Association's reinforcement hunters. Sun Woo slumps against the wall, his mana reserves completely depleted. Below, he sees Lee Seo-jun standing over the defeated demon commander, bathed in the praise of his classmates. The hero will get the credit, just as Sun Woo planned, keeping himself hidden in the notoriety he cultivated. He stands up, removing his mask and hiding it in his spatial storage. He walks back to the main building, blending back into the crowd of terrified but safe students. He has successfully rewritten the first major tragedy of the original timeline. As the sun sets on the saved Academy, Sun Woo knows his journey to save the world has only just begun.